Hey guys, Matt here doing my Patreon interview for this month. Let's go through some of the questions. First one's from Cormac. What song or playing technique was the hardest for you to learn and to get tight enough to record? I think the Citadel stuff was harder to record, but for Earn, I remember having a lot of trouble with Eerie, trying to get the chugs at the start of the heavy section to sound right, and I remember Tim and I are still playing around with those like right up until the day before the album was finished, so that was probably one of the hardest things to get to sound as we wanted it to sound. It's a very, very simple riff to play, but it's just to make the sound right. Yeah, that took a little bit of work. The next one's from Ricky. What was your journey like from the first time you picked up a guitar to who you are today? Did it start as a hobby or just for fun? Or was your goal always to be a professional musician? The original goal was to play in a band. A few of my friends played in a band. I had a mate, he played drums. He was playing with some other friends that were in my year level. And I thought I could sing, so I joined the band as the vocalist, and after about 2 rehearsals, I don't think it was a good idea that I continued to sing, but I liked hanging out with the guys and like playing in the band, and so I decided to play guitar. So I bought a guitar, so I was actually in a band before I had a guitar. So that's how the sort of guitar thing started. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, it started out as a hobby, just hanging out with mates, and yeah, just as we got better and better, the gigs got bigger and bigger, and it became more of a serious thing. Like originally the dream, like I was right into bands like Nirvana, Metallica, so that was sort of the original dream, to play in a band sort of that size. But yeah, once you realise how the industry works and grow up a bit, you realise that doesn't happen very, very often. That's just a very rare occurrence. Silvio, any tips for a person that just started playing an instrument? Take time to make sure you know what you're doing before moving on too quickly. Try not to rush it, as tempting as it may be to move on to the next thing. Really try and nail those things that you're starting to learn on, depending on what sort of level you're at. It's cool to be able to skip through things and just to get it down, but then later on you're trying to fix your mistakes and like your bad playing techniques and all that sort of stuff, and it's a lot harder to unlearn that sort of thing. Dina, do you play any other instruments besides guitar? If not, what instrument would you be interested to learn? I don't seriously play any other instruments, but I do enjoy playing drums. Mess around on the keyboard. Not actually, I can't play piano or anything. I just mess around with the sounds and for recording and stuff like that. My daughter's just started to learn keyboard, so hopefully she can teach me a thing or two as she starts to learn a bit more. I did play trumpet for a year or two when I was in high school, because I wanted to play drums, but my parents didn't want me to have a drum kit in the house because it was too noisy, and there wasn't very many drum positions open anyway. And so I thought, well, if I can't play drums, I'm going to play something else loud. And my school didn't class the guitar as a proper musical instrument because it wasn't a part of the big band. And so yeah, I chose trumpet instead. We're planning on going on to saxophone eventually, but yeah, I gave up on the trumpet after a year or two and picked up guitar. How's the writing? I want another one from Dina. How is the writing process going for the new album? And can we maybe expect to hear some new music next year? Yeah, I'd say we can start giving some of the patrons some snippets of demos or some full demos next year. Definitely got some things in the works, lots of riffs, lots of ideas. We haven't sat down as a group yet to sort of begin to finalise anything, but there's plenty of stuff in the works. Lots of big sections of music that we've got. So yeah, plenty of things going on. Nothing ready to show yet, but definitely working on it right now. touring. David, what's the best and worst thing about traveling around the world as a musician? I have to say the best thing is being able to travel, being able to do this as, you know, part of, like, sort of like a job. It's kind of cool being able to go and see and experience all the things I do. And some people ask me sometimes when I go home, like, what things were like, and I say, yeah, it was really, really cool. We did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. But I do also understand that if I went there and I wasn't with the band, it would be a different experience again. It's just, luckily for us, we have the privilege to be able to go there, and people want to show us things and take us to special places. But if we just went there as someone else, it would just be, look after yourself, and I'm sure it would be a different experience in a lot of places. But yeah, that's one of the best things, being able to see and experience the things that I get to see and do. And definitely the worst thing is being away from my wife and kids. It's really hard, especially when we do like back-to-back tours and stuff like that. It gets not only hard on me, but it's hard on them as well. And sometimes it's really, really hard thing to do. Joey, favorite snack on tour? Cool. On this one, it's probably been Uncle Ben's rice, all the different flavours. That and some mushrooms. That's been a pretty standard go-to meal. Or I've been having like granola and yogurt or something like that. Yeah, they're the go-to meals so far on this one. Bethany, favorite 3 countries to play in, and three places you'd still like to play in one day. Favorite 3 countries would be Japan, Finland, and maybe Australia. And 3 countries I'd still like to play one day would be definitely places in South America, Brazil, maybe Chile. Where else? Indonesia as well. That'd be really, really cool place to go to. How was Latin America for you, Anchor? That's Mexico, I guess. Yeah, it was amazing. Really, really cool. Had a great time. It was very, very tiring. We only got a couple of hours sleep every night, just due to the driving and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it was great. Amazing first time. I would have loved to have a couple of days off. We were meant to have a day off in Mexico City, but thanks to everyone that sold out the first show, we chucked on a second show. And we're just glad that we got to play in front of so many people while we were there. Hopefully next time, have a couple more days off, get to see and do a few more things. But it was good. We had a day off in Tijuana, which was really fun, especially being the first day. Everyone's still like really excited and pumped up for the tour and stuff. So it was a good time. Anchor, what was your first impression when you travelled to Europe? First thoughts, if you remember, of course, what kind of souvenirs did you get? Unfortunately, I didn't get any souvenirs because I just can't carry anything extra home. Generally don't bring anything home. If I bring something home, I've bought it at the airport after I've already checked my things in. This time around, I'm hoping to post a few things home as we're going through, because just our luggage, our weight and all that sort of stuff, I can't really bring too many things home with me. But first impressions when traveling to Europe, it was cool. It was not as different as I had expected it to be. The language barrier, it was a little bit difficult, but we always manage. We've got the amazing things, Google Translate now. It's pretty easy to do all that sort of stuff now. But the first time to Europe, was when we were doing all the festivals, so it was busy, always flying, not much sleep. Playing festivals back to back on opposite sides of Europe. On more than one occasion. It was very, very tiring, but it was cool. We did manage to have a few days off. We had a week off in France actually, so got to see a lot of like Benji's hometown, and Benji showed us around lots of places in France, and we went to a beach and all this sort of stuff. So it's really, really nice down there. but you've had days off in Germany, and yeah, I love places like Romania and Hungary, or places like Vienna, all nice places. And we were having a debate, Tina and I, as to how much things you pack when travelling for a long period of time as we are now. So what are the most important things to bring? Special techniques, efficiency? Well, they say we can have one piece of carry-on at about 7 kilos, but I think the record is about 5, and we definitely carry more than 7 kilos. Only carry one backpack full of clothes, that's it. Carry as many pairs of socks and underwear as I can, and about 5 t-shirts, 1 pair of pants, 1 or 2 pairs of shorts, and my stage clothes, and that's about it. And you just wear it, either wear it for as long as you can, or make sure you go to the laundromat, or hope a venue has washing, or if you're lucky enough, if one of your beautiful fans will come and pick up your washing for you. But yeah, we don't pack very much. We figure we pack the essentials, and if we actually need anything, if we've forgotten anything, we have to buy it when we get there. It's just, yeah, we can't take too much stuff with us with all of our gear as well. John Bliss, what small hobby would you like to do more of but can never seem to find time for? I like going to the beach with the kids, in the surf and fishing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I used to have a caravan down the beach years and years and years ago, like a family caravan with my parents, and we used to go down there all the time, and unfortunately we don't have that anymore, and yeah, I really miss that. Eva, if there was someone you would like to sit down with and talk through the night, maybe someone who inspired you, if so, who is it and why? Dead or alive, famous or not, doesn't matter. Either, yeah, I don't know, Michael Jackson or Kurt Cobain, probably. They're the 2 early inspirations, I guess. They're the ones that sort of inspired me to do what I do today, even though it's a very, very different sort of genre of music. They're the ones that inspired me to get out and perform to begin with. Silvio, in your music history, which goal that you have achieved marked you the most? I would say it was probably one of the unexpected achievements that we've had that had a big effect was when the Sydney Conservatorium of Music selected And Plague Flowers the Kaleidoscope as a part of the curriculum. That was a pretty proud moment. Yeah, it was very, very unexpected, and never ever would have imagined anything like that ever would have happened. So that's a pretty big thing. That obviously releasing the first album, especially after all the trouble that we had before its release. Like we recorded the album in 2010, and then there was a chance it was never going to see the light of day. And fortunately enough, we all decided to band together, and yeah, managed to get the album out there in 2012. So yeah, that's a pretty good achievement, I think. Joey, when you have time to spend with your children, what are your favourite things to do? Yeah, we like to do lots of like activities and yeah, outdoory sort of stuff. Yeah, like I said before, we like to go to the beach and surf and fish and go rock climbing, kayaking. Yeah, just all outdoor fun, pretty much. Joey again, which headphones or monitors do you use when listening to music purely for listening to? The headphones that come with my phone. The Samsung ones or the AKG ones, or yeah, nothing special. I haven't got anything special to listen to. I've got good monitors in my studio for recording, but I generally don't listen to music on them. Eva, if you give your 18-year-old self some advice, what would it be? Don't fuck around for so long. Yeah, we spent a lot of years doing things. Yeah, if we had known the things we know now, but that's the same with anything. Yeah, would have gone about things a lot differently, a lot sooner. Anchor, if you were to choose a different path other than being a musician, what would your dream job be and why? I would have to say, yeah, it was my other job as a construction manager. I've always, even before I was into music, I was always into building things. I was building cubby houses or hanging out down the creek and building tree houses with friends and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've always been into building things and construction, and then yeah, so I'd say that would be, if I wasn't being a musician, that's exactly what I'd go back to doing. Tina, which metal song would you like to cover? Alone with Neo or not, doesn't matter. And which non-metal song would you like as a metal version? I don't know, we've talked about this a lot. As a metal song, I think I'd like to do an Emperor song. We Are the Black Wizards or something like that. I think it would be cool. And a non-metal song, I'm not sure. There's lots that we could do, lots and lots and lots. Probably something like Pink Floyd or something like that, change it up a bit. Silvio, if you could instantly become a master in a not so useful skill, what would it be? I don't know, probably magic or something like that. Something a bit fancy that you can just sort of show off. And what was the last song you listened to and went damn, or was just speechless? I really liked the new A Perfect Circle album, and The Doomed, I think the song was a pretty good song. Yeah, I don't know, that's one of the most recent ones that I can remember. I listened to that album a lot on the last European tour. Kevin, are there any new bands that you know of that are doing something really unique that we should all know about? Unique? Others by No One. They're a band from Dayton, Ohio, or near there somewhere. We caught up with them last week. Cool dudes, really interesting stuff. Yeah, check them out. I think I posted a link of their stuff on my Facebook page last week, so if you want to go back there and check it, check it. Sarah, you're having a dinner party and you can invite 4 guests to dine with you. Which 4 would you choose and why? I don't know. Yeah, like I said, Michael Jackson, Kurt Cobain, fucking Eminem, and someone else. And Maynard from Tool. And why? Just to hear their different experiences and yeah, things that they've gone through in their lives, I guess. And yeah, somehow it's hard sometimes to talk to people about what's going on, because not very many people can relate to your situation as well. Not saying that we're anywhere near any of the level of any of those artists, but yeah, just to hear their side of things and just to be able to talk frankly with them, pretty much. Anyway, thanks guys, that's all from me this month for the interview. About to do sound check in New Orleans. Can't think of it.